Today what we're going to be doing is finishing the LEDs that we need to complete the Trailblazer. We did the interior lights, we did the headlights. Now we're going to do the reverse lights and the brake lights. I do need to get 2 more, but pretty much going to be complete after that. I did get the little side marker ones that were broken for the front, and I did get the light control module. That way I don't have to use any resistors or splice into any wires. I could just swap this out and it will prevent hyperflashing. Also, another thing that we got are these lights right here. These go right into the bumper. Place those and they light up, which is dope. And we also have the quad light mod, so it's gonna allow me to turn on my high beams without turning off the low beams and the fog lights. So right now, just factory, if you turn on the high beams, it turns off the other 2. This will keep all 4 of them on. Let's get into it. All right, we're gonna start with the low beams, or not the low beams. We're gonna start with the back lights. So here are the reverse lights and the brake lights. So we're gonna do these. Gotta remove this, just these 2 bolts, and you should be good to go. All right, once you remove these 2 screws, you just have to pull it off. They are pressed in with these little aligners. So yeah, you do have to give it some force to pop it out. But yeah, that's all it is. Next thing you need to do is remove these 3 screws right here. All right, once you remove those 3 screws, it just slides out like that. Now keep in mind, we do have 3 lights. One is for the parking light, so once you turn on your lights, these will turn on. This is the reverse light, white, and then this one right here is the brake light, if I'm not mistaken. So this turns on when you press on the brakes. As you can tell, I only have 4 bulbs, 2 for each side. So this one right here is going to be the white one that's reversed, and these are for the parking light. The brake light I'll change later on, but just want to change like the 2 big ones that turn on for the most part, obviously other than braking. But the biggest reason why I ended up wanting to change this out is because at night when you turn on, or when you unlock the car, all the lights turn on, and you could see a clear night and day difference from the front LEDs and then the back white one, which is like that warm amberish color, tan color, whatever it is. It looks off. That's why I'm doing this. So yeah, you just pop these out. One thing to take note of is how far that bulb goes inside, or where the plastic is. You do need to put a little bit of force on these to make them click inside here, and most people won't press it that hard, thinking they're probably going to break it, so they won't light up. So make sure, just take note on how flush it goes down, and then do the same thing with those. All right, there's a factory one. I have the lights on right now, and here is this one, a lot brighter. Obviously I need to put the car in reverse to do that, but I'll check that out later. But I know that it works. All right, got the lights in. So we got the parking and the reverse lights. Still need to get the brake lights, but we'll deal with that later. If I'm not mistaken, these ones, yeah, these are the brake lights. But yeah, now we're gonna go ahead and try to install one of these on one side, and then the wiring. So we have a power and obviously ground wire, and we need to splice it into here. So let's go ahead and install them first, route it, and then we'll see which ones we need to splice into. All right, in order to remove one of these, you need to remove this one speed nut that is right behind here. Let's see if we can focus. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's gonna be right on the other side of this bracket. It's gonna be right here. You'll be able to fit a tool in right there. Once you remove this one speed nut, you should be able to push that out, and it comes out like so. Then we just slide in that new one. All right, since the wiring is on this side right here, what we're gonna do, route the wires to there, try to get them up behind here, splice them into there. All right, I have this side on. You can tell the difference already. I wanted it to be red, but they only had it in the smoked out color, but the lights do glow red. Anyways, got it wired up through here. And as you can tell, we have 2 wires. We have the black for the ground, and then we have the green for the power. Now trying to figure out where to go so it lights up, because keep in mind, this light, the top light's always going to be on whenever you put turn on your lights. So that's what I want it to be on. It also flashes when you press the brake. I believe both do. I'm not quite sure the orientation, but I know this one's always on. So what I want to do is try to figure out how to wire it up to this light. So what I grabbed is one of these little guys. I turned on the lights so that way this is on. I just put on the parking lights really quick and ran through it. So I used the back one as my ground. I also used this little bolt right here as my ground, and I pressed this red side in to the rest of them. So essentially these four. This is the only one that lit up. This, the only one that had power. I went ahead, I turned off the light, and then this no longer had power. So I know this is going to be for this top light, and that's when I want the lights to be on. So I'm going to go ahead and use these. Use these splicers. You can put electrical tape around it just to kind of secure it, give it a little bit more water resistance. And then we should be good to go. So let's go ahead and do that. So that's what it's going to look like. Stock, no light, it's just reflector. Got the light beam, even though it's smoked. Like I said, I don't like it, but whatever. It looks really good like that, and it's gonna be on when this top light is on. Might actually even get light or brighter when you hit the brakes. I'm not too sure, but that's what it is. Like I said, the black wire, you splice it into this black wire, and then the green wire, you're gonna splice it into the far, I guess in this case, right wire, which is like a gray, brown, something like that, but not the blues or the green. So let's do the same thing to that side. All right, we got everything back up, everything's wired, everything works great. Now since they are LEDs just like the front, I didn't put in the resistors I got with the front, but I do have this LED light control module, and I'll put where I purchased everything in the description, and how much it was. But this is going to prevent hyper flashing. That way I don't have to use the resistors. I just found out about this. I was too lazy to put on the resistors, so good thing I got this. So let's go ahead and put this on. This module is underneath the dash, so we're gonna have to remove the dash. We have to pop off these clips. There's 2 bolts right here, a couple on the bottom, and then this whole thing should drop down. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, as it turns out, you don't need to remove this top part, which I did a little bit, but not all the way. You just need to remove this bottom piece. So there's 2 torque spit screws, like that, right on here, one on this side, one on that side. It drops down, and this is the module you have to replace with this guy right here. Now, a couple things are being said that when you do this, your cruise control will stop working, but other people said, you know, it's a lie. So I'm just gonna give it a shot. If there is a cruise control issue, I'll post it, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this, and hopefully that gets rid of the hyper flashing. All right, and it is done. So we got those LEDs in, got the 2 bumper lights in. I put on the flasher, and surprisingly enough, this is the one that's flashing, not the top one. So like I said, still need to get those, but whatever. That's in, and it's not hyper flashing anymore. So I know before, when I first installed these, I just installed them, and when the car was off, it did not hyper flash. Right now I turned on the car, I put it in drive, it's still not hyper flashing. Everything works the way it should be now, with that one flasher module and all the LEDs. I don't have to use the resistors no more that I had for the front. So now that that's done, the next thing we're gonna do is just install these corner lights really quick, and the front headlights. But the biggest one is gonna be this one. This is the mod for the high beams, quad beams with fog lights. So as I mentioned before, when I put on my high beams, it's going to show the low beams are still going to be on, and the fog lights will still stay on. So let's go ahead and do this. All right, got these little side markers on. I still need to fix these fucking headlights. They are pointing way too up, like it's gonna go straight or slightly down, whereas they are just up. They're blinding people. Way too fucking bright. But now we're gonna work on the quad light mod, quad high beam with fog lights. This is all it is. Really, it gives you detailed instructions on where to put it. Doesn't really show how to put it. Just says wrap around kind of thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna strip these and literally wrap it around the pin and press it down, and hopefully that just keeps it in place. So yeah, let's go ahead and strip these wires a little bit. It's gonna be connected to one here, one right here, one right here. The 2 black wires go right here, and the red wire goes to one of these 2, if I'm not mistaken. I think this one. I'll look at the paper right now. So let me strip them, wrap one around, then I'll show you how I do it. So I got this red wire on. I'm literally just gonna wrap it up like that I cut off a little bit more, wrap it up like that, and hopefully with the pressure from the actual fuse will keep it in place. So get it, pop it in, do it to the both, do both to the black wires, and let's see if it actually works. All right, there it is, wired it up. So one here, one to this one to that one, just like the diagram showed us. Now with the high beams on, all the lights stay on. All right, and that's pretty much the end of this vlog. Got all the lights done, except for those back two, which is nothing, but all the big things done with the Hyperflash gone, those lights in, everything's working, the quad lights, everything is good to go. Yeah, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at MSJ_4 times or at Sheila Productions. And yeah, till next time.